Morning. We'll get started here in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I do have the risk disclosure up. Hey, Deb. All right, let's go ahead and get started, guys. So I do have the risk disclosure up. Just want to remind everyone that the content that's being published and distributed by the market trader and its affiliates is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice. And offer to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. Testimonials appearing on the company's website may not be representative of other clients or customers and is not a guarantee of future performance or success. Use of this information contained on the company's website is to be used at your own risk, and the company, its partners, representatives, agents, employees, and contractors assume no responsibility or liability for any use or misuse of such information. Future trading does carry a fair amount of risk. It is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more of their investment capital. Only risk capital, money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle, should be used for trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation or an offer to buy, sell futures, options, or forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. Now that we got the risk disclosure out of the way, we'll go ahead and move into the news here and see what the news has in store for us. So we'll go ahead and open up Financial Juice and we'll go ahead and say allow. All right, so we have some news in the horizon here. We have U.S. home sales coming in at 10 a.m. today, Eastern. We have the consumer confidence coming in at 10 a.m. And then we have some note yields coming in at 1 p.m. Okay, and then just, I guess, to know that Australia and New Zealand have holidays today, okay, which don't believe it should impact the markets, but I guess it's good to know. And then obviously our normal option expiration event, European option expiration that happens at 10 a.m. every day. Okay. Kind of looking ahead to see what other news is in store. Obviously, we have some holidays coming up. We have crude oil inventories happening on Thursday because of the holiday this week. Okay. We have also jobless claim coming in on that time as well. So just to kind of remind everyone that this week is a holiday week. We obviously, the market participants that we normally expect to see in the markets most likely are not present, and as a result, we need to be careful with how sustained moves are going to be. Okay. Market could be quite thin and could cause markets to react in ways that maybe we haven't anticipated in the past. Okay, something to be aware of as we come into the market today. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and move on to the charts, and we'll start to take a look at my charting platform. We're not going to go ahead and start with, we're going to go ahead and start with the gold market here. Let's just go ahead and see, make sure I've gotten the most and latest here. Doing some analysis here on. Okay, we'll go ahead and start off with the 15-minute chart. Clear out some of our drawings, and we'll start with the daily. Okay. All right. So looking at this chart, we can see that the market has kind of been bearish of late. Okay. So you can see here we have candle structure that is moving down. Even the bullish candle that we have developing in gold right now is has a bit of a selling wick on above it. Okay. So we've broken some structure to the downside. I would say that this 2685 levels remains relatively important. Okay. Because otherwise we could, potentially see lower prices. Should we break it, maybe we get as low as 2560. Okay. Again, or maybe even as low as we're 2500. Okay. Is not out of the realm of possibility if we do break below, say, 2685, 2690. 2590, I should say. Okay. So not out of the realm of possibility for the market to continue in its trek to the downside here. We do have kind of an impulsive move. We've had a rally, another sell-off, another rally. Does my GC chart does not look right? Why is that? Let me see. Let me change the well, right now I was looking at the daily. I don't know if it's updating or not. Let's see. Current price is 2632. Okay, let's see. Let me stop sharing here a minute and let's see, maybe log into my portal here and see if that'll correct it. All right, let's looks this looks a little better. Okay. So okay, I think we're good. We're at this 2632 level you mentioned. Okay. So all right. Let's go ahead and I think we're good now. Let's go ahead and remove the drawings. And again, we are kind of in this, I was maybe, inside this swing lower. We had a little bit of a pullback, another kind of sell-off, but one thing to make note of here is that price did stall around here at no chart. Let's see. Okay, did stall around here around 2600. Okay, so that's obviously an area that we need to keep in mind. Okay, for possible areas of continuation here. Okay, so all right, so I think we're in order here. Hopefully you guys can see my screen now. Okay, all right. Okay, so we had a swing lower. We have what appeared to be more of a pullback Okay, and then we had a little bit of a sell-off. But again, like I mentioned, what's interesting for me is that it stalled around 2600. Does not mean that we can't continue lower, but it does mean maybe that we've moved in more of this kind of consolidation range. Okay, because I do see that we are, it appears that we are kind of developing a little bit of a triangle pattern here. Okay, that I do see. Okay, so it seems like we moved into some sort of consolidation range in this market. Okay, all right, so that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. Okay. All right. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. Here we are. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my initial balance range for now. Price is below our 233-day EMA. Okay. So as long as price remains below that, my sentiment on the market is bearish. Okay. So as long as we stay below this, then 233-day EMA, um, I would say that we remain bearish in the market. Okay. So we have created a little bit of a staircase here, right? We've had a staircase here to the downside. Okay. We had a relatively strong sell-off here, and it reached this 2600 level before it, began to rally from a while rally away from it. So it'll be interesting to see. Right now, we have not made a new high. On the contrary, we have a bearish engulfing candle that just closed here. Not just closed, but our prior 4-hour candle is an engulfing candle, and the very next candle has not been able to make any sort of inroads inside this candle. So is it an indication that we could see price again revisit 2600? Certainly a possibility. Okay. If we are going to continue this, maybe push higher, we obviously need to break above. I'm going to go ahead and draw the line here. We need to break above this 2650 level. Okay, in order to really continue this move here. Okay, if we are unable to break 2650, then I would say that we are going to continue to head lower in this market. Okay. All right. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. So here we are. We have a developing bullish candle. I suspect that's going to be the candle that we're going to be looking at as far as the initial balance range. Okay, so we have a bullish candle that's developing. It's establishing our range where we are kind of 15 minutes into this session. Okay, so price is below VWAP. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and draw in our anchored VWAP with right around London. Okay, so this is right here. Okay, you can see that price is below both our anchor VWAP and our daily VWAP, and also below our 233-day EMA. Notice how price reached the 233-day EMA and reversed away from it. Okay. So again, the question remains: Is this going to continue to the downside? If it is, then we're going to remain below some of these levels that we're discussing. Right? We have the daily and anchor VWAP serving as reference levels for potential continuation trade to the downside. Okay. If we are bearish, right, we do not want to see price close above. Okay, because that could begin to give us an indication that maybe the market is turning in the other direction. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile, and get a sense for where our price is in relation to Friday's trade. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go back to this level here and drag that across to here. Okay. So you can see that price is below value. All right. I'm gonna extend the line for gold here. Okay. This is another area that we can look for opportunity. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. I don't use it. So yeah, I just removed a 100% extension line for initial balance. Okay. So we have our value area line, value area low line, okay, which I expect to be somewhat resistant. Okay. That's certainly a possibility, right? Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. All right. So we have a couple of areas that we have an area right now, right, that we could potentially look to take a trade, continuation trade to the downside. Okay. Our secondary level would be right at value area low, uh, and that could also serve as an area for maybe a continuation trade to the downside. Okay. If price manages to close back inside value and maybe starts to break above on my 233-day EMA, then maybe there's a case could be made that we could be in store for a rally in this market. Okay. But right now I'm seeing that we're in, somewhat of bearish structure. Okay. In this market. All right. I haven't really seen anything to indicate to me outside of this bullish candle that we're seeing at the moment. I'm not seeing any evidence there's a possibility of any sort of move to the upside. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and open up my ADR level. Okay. So we're kind of smack in the middle of that. And also our ASR, we're kind of on the bottom. Okay. Of this, we're kind of reversing off the London ASR low. Okay. So yes, we often see maybe reversals away from these levels. So certainly a possibility that we could get maybe a rally from ASR low from London. Okay. All right. I think that's kind of what I'm seeing in the gold market. Kind of taking a peek here to see if there's any questions. I think we sorted out our issues with the charts not displaying here. So I would say that right now, if I am bullish in this market, well, okay, I would like to have this candle right here close in its current form and start to break above, this anchor VWAP and this daily VWAP, right? Obviously, if I'm bullish, I'm going to want to see price extend initial balance, right, to the upside, and then reject it on the way up. Okay, that's kind of maybe a bullish scenario that I could see, because I am seeing a bullish engulfing candle that's wiping out a number of sellers here on the bottom that got in potentially late in this market. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and remove some of our drawings. We'll remove the ADR and ASR. Okay. All right. And we'll go ahead and close this off as well. Remove drawings. Okay, drawings already removed. Okay, we'll go ahead and start with the daily chart. Let's see one more here. We're going to start off with the daily chart and try to get a sense for what the general direction is of the market. Well, looking at the daily chart, again, we've been kind of in this range of late. Okay, I guess would make for very difficult trading here, right? We've been stuck in this range between 72 and 67. Okay, 72 and 67. And then we have an inner range here at 71 and a half, 67. We've been bouncing between these two areas. Okay, so not really offering us much in the way of direction. Okay, our volume delta is somewhat bearish. Okay, so there seems to be a little bit of interest here to the downside in this market. Okay, based on the daily, we see our negative DI above our positive DI, which also another indication that maybe there is some further downside opportunities in this market. Okay. But what is particularly challenging, I would say, is that we're seeing that we have wicks on both sides of the market, right? We have buy wicks and sell wicks, really not offering us much in the way of indication of direction here. Okay, what we do have in play right now is we have a developing kind of bearish candle with a sell wick, which could offer us maybe an opportunity for further downside in this market. Okay. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart. We're coming off the 233-day EMA. We came up to it and we created a nice 3-bar reversal away from it. Okay, so this could, easily lead to, again, further downside. Okay, we see that the market is in somewhat of a bearish channel. Okay, to the downside. Okay, so again, a lot of indications right now indicating that maybe we might see some further downside in this market. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on the 4-hour. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. We have. We're going to go ahead and remove the channel here for a second. Hey, Robin. We're going to remove the channel here for a second, and you can see here that we are below our daily. Okay, we are below our daily VWAP and our EMA. Okay, we have a series of overlapping candles here, which could mean that we might be getting some some folks here nibbling. If they manage to get candles to overlap, it could lead to maybe a push higher here. Okay, but as we speak, the market is bearish. Okay, it is coming into maybe some areas here on the left hand side where we might begin to see some demand here around, say, 69. Okay, 69 seems to be maybe a potential area of support here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw that in. This might be an area of potential support in this market. Okay, so if that is the case, the idea is that I do not want to see a new low. All right, I do not want to see it close below this 69 level. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and keep this line here and see if that actually remains supportive. Okay. Obviously, if this is going to change kind of character here, we need to see price get above 69.40. Okay, 69.40 is an area of resistance in this market. It's also an area where we see that we have our daily VWAP. I'm gonna go ahead and open up our anchor VWAP here for the start of London here. Okay, so here's our anchor VWAP. So we, again, similar to what we were seeing in gold, we have price below our 233-day EMA, our daily VWAP, and our anchored VWAP. Okay, all giving us indication that maybe there is some further downside. I think what's causing me a little bit of pause here to I guess embrace that right now is we have a number of kind of candles here that are overlapping, and with each candle here, this was kind of gaining some strength before we were met with a stronger seller. Okay, we have yet to make a new low. A last couple of candles, we kind of peaked below 69 and was met with some buyers. Okay, so the question is now is are these buyers are they going to be able to hold off the market here? If so, then the assumption is that they're going to get price above this 69.40 level, at which point you might see a little bit of a rally in this market. Okay. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and take a look at here, guys, is the fixed range volume profile. I'm going to go ahead and locate the start of Friday's trade to the close of trade here. So we're right at the edge of value here from Friday. Okay. This is the edge of value. Notice what's interesting here is how my little support area happens to coincide with the value area low. So this area here carries a little bit of significance. Not only is it a whole number, it is also our value area low number. Okay, so as long as price stays above value area low, okay, I would say that there's a fair chance that we could see some upside opportunities in this market. I say could, right? As long as price stays above 69. Okay. If we start to see price break down, we start to see price get below, because we are coming into an area where I would anticipate there be some support here. Okay, this area right here, again, is right around that 69 level. Okay, could be an area where could be supportive. Okay, All right. Let's see. We got, let's go ahead and open up our ADR ranges. We got ADR not far from here, I believe. And we have our ASR just as well. So again, similar to what we were seeing in the gold market, we're getting some sort of reaction on this ASR low. We have yet to make a new low at this point. The market's going to be opening up here in about a minute. Okay, so we'll open up the initial balance range before we kind of move on to the next market. Okay, so yeah, so right now I would say that our view of the market remains bearish. I do understand that I am coming into some areas where I might to see some buyers. Okay, probably if I'm a buyer, I probably want to hold out. If price were to break, then the 69 level seems to be like a nice level for me for a consideration to the long side. The 68.77, 68.70. This whole area seems to be an area of potential support in this market. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and open up initial balance here because the market, I believe, is about to open here. There it is. We have our open. So we're going to go ahead and open up our initial balance and then just confirm exactly where price is opened here, and price opened just inside value. Okay. So again, we could be in store for maybe a rally from this point higher. Would like to really, before I kind of embrace this, I'd like to see price get above 69.40 before I'm willing to kind of entertain maybe a long in this market. Okay. So before I move on to the equity markets, again, I just wanted to kind of educate folks on the new levels, the new membership levels that we've created now. Okay. So just wanted to kind of walk you guys through those levels here, just to make sure that everybody understands what I'm offering here. Okay. So let's go ahead and oops. Okay, give me a second, guys. I just want to display one thing here, and then we'll move on to the other markets. Okay, just wanted to kind of walk people through the membership levels before we continue here, guys. Okay, so as I guess as kind of okay, bear with me, guys. Once I get this up, and we'll go ahead and walk through that a little bit, and then we'll cover the remainder of the markets. Okay. All right. All right, guys. So this should be visible to you guys now, I believe. Just double confirm here. Yeah. Okay. So just want to walk you guys through a few levels here that I've created So right now, a lot of what we are providing now is behind a membership wall here for the portal. Just want to kind of talk you guys through that a little bit before we move on to the other markets here. Okay. So we have a market trader starter membership level, which will basically make you provide you guys access to member only content. Okay. Around trading. Most of this is mostly educational, where you get some insights on how I look at the markets and also insights on strategies. Okay, that you can deploy into the markets. Okay, the other two levels, we have the Market Trader Plus level. Okay, the Market Trader Plus level will give you access to this session right here. Okay, live pre-market analysis of the markets on a daily basis. Okay, that's the kind of the minimum level that's required in order to see these sessions live. Okay, these pre-market sessions live, and it's also this the level that would allow you to see the pre-market analysis in recorded fashion as well. Okay, the very last session here is the Market Trader Pro level, and that the Market Trader Pro level is the level that would allow you to watch me trade live. Okay, this is the newer level. I have not kind of held back on trading live until the membership levels were available. Okay, so the Market Trader Pro level will allow you at least on a once a week basis. Although to allow you to allow you to participate in a live chat with me as I navigate the markets. Okay, at least once a week, possibly two, depending on if I find a market here in the Asia session to trade. So those are the three levels, which I would have to admit that I think there's a very nominal price. Okay, to participate. Okay, and allow me to continue to invest into this portal and provide you more content. Okay, so three levels. Again, this particular session would only be available to the Market Trader Plus and above a membership. Okay, the Market Trader Starter level normally would not have access to this live analysis. Okay, but the Market Trader Plus and above would. And then in addition, as I mentioned, Market Trader Pro would also make you available to the live sessions that I have or will have with respect to actually trading the markets. Okay, three levels, three ways to continue to support this portal. Okay, all right. Now that I got that out of the way, let's go ahead and on to the remaining markets. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at the NASDAQ. Okay, we'll look at NASDAQ, and then we'll close out with the ES and the YM. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the let's see here. Turn this off here. I'm going to turn this off here, and I'm going to turn off this here. Okay, and we're going to take a look at this daily chart. Okay, and get a sense for what the market is trying to accomplish here. Okay, so we did get a little bit of a reaction here. Okay, away from an area that area of where we could expect to see some buyers. Okay, so our market still remains above our 233-day EMA. Okay, so right now we still remain in this kind of bullish structure here. Okay, as you can tell from my right, we still remain in bullish structure to the upside. Okay, so the market still hasn't really broken any significant structure to the downside. All right, market remains bullish. 4-hour chart. Okay, now guys, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've started to use these a what do you call them? Volume candles. Okay, volume candles. Again, there's a fair amount of interest that I have in understanding if there's any sort of volume behind the move. Okay, so I noticed that the TradingView offers volume candles. Okay, I'm gonna be putting together a little short here on the how I use these, but suffice it to say that having an understanding, okay, of how much volume is coming into the developing of that candle, the more volume that comes into that candle, the more obviously interest that I have in that direction, right? So these candles are offering me some insights, right? As new volume is coming into the market, the wider the candle, the more volume participation there is, the likelihood that whatever move has some momentum behind it. Okay, so this is something that I'm getting from the volume candle. Just something I wanted to alert you of if you're starting to question why I'm seeing different sizes of candles being formed here. Okay, all right. So we are again, we are at a level here on the 4 hour where we got a nice kind of 3 bar reversal. We with that 3 bar reversal was met with some volume to the upside, and now we're at this. I don't know where exactly this anchor VWAP is drawn, but it's probably back on Friday morning. Okay, but so we are technically below the anchor VWAP and the daily VWAP, but above our 233-day EMA. We've broken some structure here to the upside on Friday, okay? And now we're kind of hovering around this area here around 21,590, okay, in this market. Moving on to the 30-minute chart, okay? 30-minute chart, we're going to go ahead and remove some of our drawings here, okay? We are seeing that price is kind of hovering around, okay, here. This area right here looks more corrective than impulsive, okay? So we had a nice move to the upside, right? We had a nice move to the upside, right? Nice move to the upside, and this kind of move here feels a little bit more corrective, okay, than impulsive, right? We're not getting an impulsive move to the downside. It feels more like it's more of a corrective move to the downside for further upside opportunity, okay? That's kind of how I see it right now, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and move on and open up the fixed range volume profile here. All right, we're going to go ahead and locate the start of Friday all the way to the end of Friday. Okay, so here we are. We can see that price is inside value. Okay, which could lead to kind of rangy kind of price action in this market, right? When price is inside an area of value, well, it's an area where there's balanced trade both on the buy and the sell side. If we are interested in any sort of significant move, we don't necessarily want to be part of this balanced trade. We want to see the market kind of trending in one direction. Well, market tends to trend when it's outside of value, either to the downside or to the upside. Right now, we're inside value. So we probably need to remain a little bit patient here, okay, for opportunities in this market, given the location of price inside of value at the moment. Okay. So we do see that price is below our 233-day EMA. It's below our daily VWAP. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and draw in our anchor VWAP here for the start of London here, right around this time here. Okay. So it's below that. So if I had to decide which direction this could go, as long as price stays below these VWAPs, I would have to say lower. Okay. Right now, the moment we start to break some, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a line in the sand here. Okay. If really I'm going to change my view on this, all right, at least on this chart, I need to see price get above 21,675 or 672. Okay. Once I see price kind of break some structure to the upside, that gives me confidence that maybe we are in for another leg higher. Okay. Until that happens, I have to respect the fact that we still remain in this bearish structure to the downside. Okay. Until I see some break of structure, I'm really kind of have to embrace that maybe there's further downside in this market. Okay. We are coming into some areas where we could see some support here. Value area low seems like a logical area, maybe that we could see maybe some buyers kind of step into the market. Okay. We're certainly not too far from that, right? 76 points down before we could see maybe a potential reversal here, right? We can go down to that level and reverse away from it. Okay. That's kind of one scenario I could potentially see. Okay. Right now, if we manage to break below value, right? We manage to break below this 21,500 level, then it could open up the door, right? Maybe for a move further down and to retest some of these levels that we have below us. Okay. But I first need to see price break structure. And then once I see price break some structure to the downside, then I look for some sort of pullback to that same level that it left for me to want to participate. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the NASDAQ. Like I said, right now we're about 15 minutes away from this market opening up here. I think it feels like I need to stay patient. Okay. In this market. Okay. And I need to wait for this market to establish maybe the initial balance range, and maybe the initial balance range, the break of this initial balance range will give me some indication of where they want to take the market. Okay. If I'm a buyer, I would say that I would want to wait maybe down at this level here. Okay. Down to this level here around 21,500, because I see that this was an area where we got a reversal in price. Okay. 21,500. If we manage to get below value, well, again, that same 21,500 level is going to be of interest, but the interest is mainly going to be for maybe a continuation move to the downside. And we can revisit some of these levels here around 200. Okay. So that's kind of, I guess, my two main hypos that I'm going to be looking at here in the NASDAQ. I have a level here at 21,500. I also have a level here at 21,675. If we get up again, if we manage to get above that, that might be another area where I would like to take an execution. Okay, to the upside. Okay, so I need some evidence right now. I don't see the only evidence that I see right now is that the market wants to move lower. Okay, that's the evidence that I see right now. Until then, we have to I would say look for maybe bearish opportunities. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say about the NASDAQ. I think the NASDAQ is kind of at in an area of price where maybe we won't see. I don't know how aggressive the folks are going to be inside balance here, but if we do get a move to the edges, that could create some opportunities. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the ES. All right. I suspect that the ES is probably going to give us the same kind of indication here. So let's see. We're going to go turn off here. Turn off. I think forgot to do here is to add our levels. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at this. We might need to come back here and add some levels here, guys. Forgot to put my price levels. We'll do that maybe as kind of a summary. Okay. So looking at this, you're welcome, Frizu. All right. So we have price kind of in a steady climb, similar to what we were seeing in the NASDAQ. Okay. So we are in bullish structure to the upside. Okay. You can see here as I draw my channel, right? Very easy, right? I try to capture as much of the bodies as I can in this market. Okay. And you can see here that we are very much in this bullish structure to the upside. Okay. We got some reaction away from this area here, which could lead to further upside move. Okay. We're starting to see a little bit of selling here as we approach the, out of all the candles that we've had here of late, this candle was, I guess, relatively strong. Okay. I think this is probably FOMC. Is that right? Possibly. Okay. So in any case, we have, a candle here that's relatively strong to the downside. We are in bullish structure. Is this going to offer us maybe another leg lower? Okay, where we might see a break of this bullish channel. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. Okay, we got a nice bullish candle here. We peaked below, and we got some response back to the upside. Right now, price is hanging around this 233-day EMA. Okay. Question is it going to break below it? Okay. If it breaks below it, then it could offer us maybe an opportunity here for some further price moves to the downside. Okay. Right. That's given this strong move, this kind of looks a little bit corrective. This could offer us maybe another leg to the downside. Okay. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. The 30-minute chart. We're going to go ahead and turn off some of these channels. We're at maybe some of these levels that we care about. ADR. I'm going to go ahead and open up that. Okay. So price managed to get below this ASR level. We're below 6,000, which I would consider relatively significant. Okay, that the fact that price is below this this psychological level of 6,000 here. Okay, so that I would suspect could be an area of resistance, 6,000, and if it remains resistant, then again, similar to what we were saying before, this could offer us maybe a downside move in this market. Okay, we're about 10 minutes away from this market opening up. The next thing I'm going to add here is my fixed range volume profile. I suspect it's going to be similar to what we saw in the NASDAQ here, and that price is currently inside some value range that's been established. Okay, so we'll go ahead and draw that in. Okay, so again, we're at the kind of the low end of value, right? Again, I'm going to go ahead and extend my value area line, which again could offer me an area for a supportive move. Okay, maybe to the upside. Okay, if we get a breakdown below value, then I will be looking for an opportunity right off of value low for a continuation move to the downside. Okay. Those are kind of my my areas that I'm going to be focused in on the ES. Okay. We'll have to do this systematically here, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and go back and add our levels. I overlooked to add them earlier. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Now we'll start off with the ES and work our way back through the markets. And provide you some insights as to the levels that I'll be tracking in this market. Okay. So let's see. What happened here? Okay. So average, see, we got 59.69, 59.69, 69.50. Is our average daily range low. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and add these levels here, guys, for your reference here. And we'll systematically go through each and every one of the markets that we discussed and make sure that I've captured those levels here. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Price is inside value. So we have to remain patient in these markets, right? So we'll need to see if initial balance gives us some indication as to the direction that they want to take, right? The markets, okay, and that let the maybe initial balance serve as a guide here, okay. So here are some of the levels that we're tracking in this market here, okay. So I have 60.4150 as my average session range high. I have this 59.950. Okay, is kind of that line in the sand that we have here around 6,000, right? If price manages to get above 6,000, I would say that we have a reasonable chance for price to rally from here. Okay. If price stays below 6,000, I would say that we continue to the downside. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and kind of pop through these markets here and provide you the levels. All right. I overlooked to provide those levels to you earlier. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. So just go ahead and populate these charts with the levels that we're tracking here. Okay. So these are our levels. We have our settlement price at 566.50. Okay. We have a 4-hour demand here at 21,000. Okay. We have an average daily range low here. We're going to go ahead and turn on here ADR. And then when I think ASR was offering us something here. So we'll go ahead and turn that on. Okay. So there's our average session range. So again, I've marked up some of these areas where I see maybe might be some opportunity to the potential upside, but I do need to see some break of structure in order for me to embrace those. Okay. So we have our price levels here on the right. Okay. For your record, we'll go ahead and do the same for the crude oil and the gold and entertain any questions if there are any questions. Okay. So go ahead and add the crude oil levels. Okay, for your record. Oh, got a nice move here in the crude oil. As I suspected, we were seeing a lot of overlapping candles. Now we have a candle here that's kind of breaking some of the structure to the upside. Okay, if we do see price hold above this anchor VWAP, we maybe the 69.40 level still remains an area of interest for me. Okay. So if we do manage to get above 69.40 here, that could spell maybe an opportunity for maybe an upside move in this market. Okay. All right. So we have our levels here for crude oil, and then we'll go ahead and close this off with our levels for the gold. Okay. And let's see here. This is our levels for the gold here. Okay, let's see. Move on to gold, and we'll add our levels here. Looks like we're kind of developing maybe something there as well with the gold market. I do see that maybe we started to get a little bit around a rounding bottom here. If we do manage to get above this 2633.9, let's see, 59. These numbers don't look right. Oh, okay, just 2 digits. Okay. All right. So these are our levels that we're tracking in this market. Okay. For gold. Okay. So I apologize for not providing those earlier, guys. Was oversight on my part. But in any case, so here we are right up against this anchor VWAP, which could offer us maybe a continuation trade to the downside. But I'd like to see maybe price break below this initial balance low. And then offer me an opportunity that way. Okay. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. We'll pause here to see if there's any questions. I'm going to again let's see, Control Z. We'll go ahead and provide the link again for membership. Okay. For those who might be interested in, further participating in the portal, there's our link to join membership. Again, that will open you up to some further content that is currently not available. Okay. To subscribers. And then also in the future, if I don't have complimentary live sessions, this will also provide you a membership to have access to any live session that I have, including live trades. Okay, so I don't know if tomorrow is Christmas Eve, guys. There is a possibility that I may be off the tomorrow and Christmas Day, and I will not be back until the day after Christmas here to provide this analysis. That's a part of the reason why I wanted to make today's session a complimentary session. Okay, so we may not be providing this session, this live kind of analysis tomorrow or Wednesday. Okay, and we'll be back for maybe the tail end of the week here, Thursday and Friday. Okay, so I guess I will see some of you in the coaches room. All right, Top Step coaches room. We will have our normal group coaching call later this afternoon. But it's similar to what I said. We probably won't have our pre-market session or our group coaching in the next couple of days here, so to kind of out of respect for Christmas. Okay, all right. With that said, guys, we'll go ahead and close off the session. I do again thank those who continue to support me and support this portal, and we'll talk more about some of the new things that are coming for the new year next week. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me today, guys. So trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys, have an excellent day trading. Talk to you soon.